Well, welcome everyone to Energy Class Day. We're doing Energy 101. We're doing the basics, but when I say basics, just because they're basic, it doesn't mean that they're not profound. We're going to work through some extremely profound tips that can literally change the landscape of how you deal with yourself in the world, deal with energy. So please stay with us and do these steps and take your time. We're going to slow it down today. I kind of like to move fast, but it's essential that we slow it down so that you can really begin to sense and feel what the heck I'm talking about. And so today we're going to do some grounding. Plus we're going to play with a special chakra that will absolutely game change how you're sensing and experiencing energy in the world. We're also going to learn about our core, and our energetic core, where that is. And if you don't know where it is, then you are getting knocked around in life. And so I don't know if you guys have ever spoken with anyone who nice people, but whenever they start talking, you have no choice but to dissociate, no choice but to like, oh God, I just can't listen to this person speak. That is usually a symptom that someone is not in their core. They can't speak with power, and it's almost like they're speaking with this emptiness, this empty voice. Abigail saying, yes, I've been around those people. And so don't be one of those people. Today we're going to talk about how to own your energy, how to find your core, how to call back your essence, call back your power. And we're going to be talking about whatever else comes up along the way. So please take this work that we're doing and do, commit right now that you're gonna do it the best and the hardest you've ever done it before, so that you can get new layers. Grounding in particular is something that's very popular in the spiritual circle, and there's a reason for it. It's because it helps our energetic system. It opens up a pathway for all the gunk to escape you and to leave you, and it helps you bring your spirit, your full essence back into your body. Many of us are walking around hovering up here, dissociated, and because of whatever, because of trauma, because it's just naturally how we roll. So people who are spending a lot of time up here have a really hard time grounding, have a really hard time feeling it. And so my goal for you guys today is to feel and sense the energy that I'm talking about, because when you can feel it and sense it, then you can really start learning to master it. And in the beginning, it can be very difficult to sense. So if you guys don't feel anything today, don't worry. You just do exactly what we did every day until you start feeling it. I had a student last year, and oh my God, she was like, up here all the time, had a hard time, super thinker type, so had a hard time feeling her body. And she's like, I still can't feel anything. And I was like, just wait for it. And my Angel Alchemy Academy is a 6 to 9 month training. It took her about 5 months, and finally she put this post on, like, oh my God, I could feel it. She had this huge awakening of the Kundalini experience, just and so her body came to life in one session, but it took her diligence. She was committed, and she did it every freaking day. And currently she's one of the most gifted mediums that I've seen. Just a gifted clairvoyant, gifted medium. And she's got it all together. So if you don't feel anything today, don't worry about it. This shit is real, and in time your body will start feeling it, So one step at a time, everybody. So let's do an invocation. Abigail's ready. Let's do an invocation first before I start getting into the teaching. So Inner Sanctum members, you guys have been rocking this stuff every week, calling in your posse, so you know what I'm talking about. And I want you to really become aware of what changes just the second you think about an invocation, when you think about calling your posse close. And we're going to already start by becoming aware of our body, how it feels energetically. Where does it feel clunky, tight? Where do you feel blocked? And where does it feel open? So close your eyes and just become aware of that. Check around your head, your neck, your shoulders, your stomach. What feels tight? Maybe your heart. Feel into your body. Give it a chance. For those of you who are coming and sign up for this energy workshop, it's because you see the value of energy, because somehow you know you're getting punked by your energetic reality. Sometimes you're getting punked by others. And so wherever you feel a lack of flow in your body, I'll just break the news to you. That's not your energy. That's energy that doesn't belong to you. So you can start scanning your body now and just kind of sense, like, where does it feel like there's a lack of flow? And then you start beginning to become aware, like, oh man, half my body is feeling a little deadish. But first, we have to open up your senses, right, to begin sensing it. And so we're going to do our invocation, creator of all that is. Archangel Michael, who's very strong today, wanted to come and play with us today. And any helpful archangels that want to come in and support this work that we're doing, support us in our sensitivities, and support us in really understanding the creator's definition of what it is to be empowered and feel powerful in this energetic world. I ask that our eyes are open to something deeper today. I ask that everyone who is listening in get exactly whatever they need. And you guys right now, take a few breaths and let go of your day, let go of your burdens if you can, whatever it is that you're bringing into this particular session, leave it out the door and do your best to commit to this full hour. So take a few breaths, leave your problems, your boyfriend problems, your girlfriend problems, your kid problems, your problems. Have spirit take those from you. And your guardian angels are coming close now too. And I feel like your guardian angels are seeing this as an opportunity where you're finally going to slow down. So you might get some cool messages today too. I know, I can feel mine. They're like, it's like they're tingling my neck and shoulders. Hi guys. Good. So we thank our light posse for coming. Please help us heal deeply. Help us get what we need. Help us party more in life. Help us feel protected. And so do you notice a change after we did some of that initial work from where you first started, when we first closed our eyes, to now? Just notice in your body what's, if anything, is shifting. What do you feel, sense, or know? And right now it's just we're practicing, in a sense, our intuition. You do have to have some intuition going on in order to have the experiences that I'm talking about. But the good news is we're all highly intuitive. It's just a matter of noticing how intuitive you are. It's so awesome. We're so magical. It's so cool. You are magical too. So Susan said her head and shoulders immediately loosened at the mention of invocation, right? So powerful. The angels are crowded close around me. Yes. Yes. So it's such a gift to be able to become aware of this stuff. It's such a blessing. And I just want to say, right now I'm feeling pretty touched that each of you are listening into this. This means there's something going really right in your life. If you're coming across this kind of information, you're listening to your guidance and you're just becoming awake. You're becoming aware of reality, not the illusion that we've grown up to know. And so the reality is we're highly energetic beings, and that we are surrounded by energy, and energy is what moves everything. So once you become attuned to this force of energy, your power can increase, or it can take you down depending on how your mind is guiding you, right? So if you're channeling a lot of darkness, a lot of fear, your life could just get quickly worse. So this is why we need to take responsibility for how we're living and make sure that we're doing everything that we can to live in alignment with beauty, with love, with joy, and start saying yes to ourselves in those ways as opposed to no, right? Because we're all super powerful. And so congratulations for being here. and for, giving all this good energy stuff a shot. So I want to talk to you about what we're actually doing here, what the main kind of energy we're working with, right? There's two main forces. Some of you may have seen a recent email that I sent out about what's blocking your manifestation, and it was really all about fear. So there's love, God, and fear, the other thing, right? The other force of nature. And what we see around us, this light with the sun and all of that, it's an illusion. It's not actually the full reality. We see a little bit of the light spectrum, but we don't see the full spectrum, right? We're very filtered that way. These physical eyes are extremely filtered. And so in religions, they talk about these two forces in different ways, right? They talk about the devil, God, and the reality is, from my perspective, over doing thousands of energy healing sessions and really working my own magic, understanding who I am as an energetic being, we can really pare it down to just those two energies. I mean, we want to make things super complicated because that's how the human mind works, but it's super simple. It's love and it's fear. And so any of us who are sensitive, we get taken down by fear-based energy. And fear-based energy is everything that sucks, all feeling shitty, right? It's like guilt, shame, anger, rage, and that fear-based energy is literally responsible for all of the atrocities that you've seen in the world, all of the atrocities that have occurred in your life when someone has harmed you. It's because they are being literally puppeted by fear, by the fear energy. And fear, I believe, is a conscious force. It's not this unconscious thing. It has an agenda, just like love has an agenda. So what we are doing today in this energy exercise, we can call it energy work, but really it's mastery. It's mastering these two energies and learning when you're getting punked. And there's so many ways to defeat this energy and to transform it. But you have to be conscious and you have to commit. You have to commit to learning everything you fucking can about it so that you don't get hosed the same way everyone else is getting hosed, the same way you've been getting hosed your whole life, not even knowing it. So much of my depression growing up, that wasn't even my own energy. I was taking on my dad's shit, my mom's shit, everyone else's shit. And so I'm carrying around all these burdens that weren't even mine, and you're doing the same thing. So you know those patches where you could feel like a little tension or whatever? That's not you. It's not you. Our bodies actually feel like effervescent when they're clear. Feels like when you go deep and go into deep practice, you can feel all the atoms, everything bubbling up, moving around. It takes practice. You might have to meditate a little bit longer if you're new to meditation to feel it, but that's who we are. So you are in a battle right now, and it's up to you to learn everything you can about letting go of fear-based energy. So that's what we're doing. In shamanic culture, they call dark energy hucha. And you can imagine that even though you see all this light everywhere, what's really there is all these little patches of ugly, these patches of darkness that is like dog shit, right? Everywhere. And you, as you walk through the world, you accidentally are stepping on this shit. You have no idea that it's there. And because you have no idea that it's there, you never clean it. And because you never clean it, after a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, 4 decades of not cleaning off the dog shit, guess what happens? Your system shuts down and you start manifesting physical disease, emotional disease, and a generally assy life, right? Total just uncomfort. And so some people, so we get polluted with this stuff and we assume that's what life is supposed to feel like. And it's not. It's not. You're just polluted with dog shit, and we got to do everything that it takes to drain you from it. So after, again, thousands of sessions, right? My job was to check into the energy body, check in at a soul level, and every single time, polluted, right? And I'm not trying to raise alarm bells, but I actually technically am. The good news is this shit is so easy to detox from. It's easy to clean, but what happens to a car engine if you never go under the hood and service it? What happens to it, right? 40 years of driving a car around. What happens? It's going to break down. And you look under the hood and it's full of shit. But luckily there's steam cleaners and you just clean out some shit and things get better. And you just change out some parts and juice it up and you're good. That's exactly how our energy body works. And if you are unaware of how much dog shit you've collected, you will be hosed. You will be hosed. So if you think about all the miserable people in your life, there's only one problem with them. And it's that their energy body has seized up. They have no connection. So our energy body, when it's working properly, is like a spaceship. It opens you up to amazing, gorgeous, beautiful realities. It connects you to heaven. It connects you back to your body where you belong and helps you feel the undulating amazingness of the energy behind the illusion. So joy does not come from pretty things with your eyes. It comes from this intense, beautiful energy inside of you that we're all dialed into. It's our birthright. So the good news is when I'm working with energy bodies, I do I give them a quick little spit shine. I'm telling you, it takes like 20 minutes or less to take care of years of bullshit, to take years of dog shit. It takes 20 minutes or less. People feel lighter, they're brighter. I don't know if any of you guys have had a session with one of my angel alchemists, but what they're doing, when you meet with them one-on-one, what they're doing is simply detoxing you from the dog shit. Super simple principle. And when you start detoxing, you start coming into who you are. You start coming into the truth of your eternal being. You start naturally feeling connected with the divine, and you can hear your intuition, your spiritual gifts start awakening. And so it's just a natural byproduct. All of your personal magic comes as a natural byproduct of just getting rid of a little dog shit. Super simple. So hucha is that dark energy that gets boom stuck. In Buddhism, they would probably call it defilements, right? There's the good shit, and then there are defilements, and however many defilements you pick up, you can do it with your mind by thinking negative thoughts. You can just walk through an area and pick up someone else's shit. And so there's ways that we can kind of keep ourselves attuned to love, but it takes practice and diligence and a lot of begging spirit to help you. Or that's what helped me anyways. It took spirit to intervene on my ass. And so defilements in the Buddhists, in Christianity, they would call it sin. Sin is like hucha. It's just like the dark energy this creates yuck and yuck and yuck. And so we're going past religion here into the heart of the matter, which is fear, love. You choose. And if you don't know about your energy body, you're going to be hosed. So that's what I'm saying. Thank you for coming to this call and listening in, because, magic is absolutely real. And the beauty that we are pure light underneath all that crap. It's true. That's why we could dissolve it in 20 minutes or less, because your natural being is light. It's happy. It's actually peaceful, like peaceful underneath all that shit, right? And I've seen crazy miracles happen in these sessions where people are fully, they haven't stopped crying for 6 months. They haven't slept for 6 months. They are so convinced they're miserable and depressed. And I'm like, no, technically you may not be. And they're like, what are you talking about? I was like, well, let me tell you about some angels. And so we go into session, do a little spick and span, a little martial, a little energy karate chopping, and they feel like 100% different, right? 100% different. They stop crying and they start sleeping, and you're like, what did you do to me? And I'm like, just, got under the hood, give you a little spit shine with the help of the angels. So you following me? So that's my little pep talk on what we're dealing with. And if you don't know about hucha, you get polluted, and then you start thinking you're all depressed and shit, all worried for no reason. And you're not. You're not. You just want to party. You're just partying underneath all that crap. So let's break through to the party. Okay, so let's do some grounding now. We'll do some Lara saying, hell yeah, let's do this shit. All right, so I'm gonna teach you guys one of my favorite grounding techniques. It's a tripod. It's a grounding tripod. So I want you to become aware of how your body's feeling now. And some of you already know that it's hard for you to ground. So I'm gonna me and Archangel Michael are going to beam out some grounding juju, and he's going to come around and help anchor you onto the planet some of this could feel uncomfortable because many of you are not used to being anchored to the planet, but trust me, it's a safe place to be. And things get a lot better if you're here in your body, right? You little earth angels trying to flee all the time, no mas. So close your eyes, feel your body, notice your breath. Welcome your angels to come in and support you in this process. And again, I want you to notice which parts of your body feel clunky. Where do you feel like there's nothing flowing? And also notice parts of your body that feel energized. Maybe if you feel little bubbles and some energy moving, that's you. The stuff you can't feel, that's not you. So at the very base of your spine, you're going to imagine that your spinal cord keeps going straight down into the ground. Really get a sense of it. You can even touch it, the very base. I mean, our bone there is about 4 inches wide, so it's big. It's big. And so you want to grow it straight down into the earth. Take some breaths, and sometimes your breath can guide it down more easily. Some of you are visual, so this is going to be easy to visualize. Some of you are not. Some of you are more clairsentient, so that's going to mean that you feel the energy. Some of you are just knowers, so if you can't feel it, just know that it's happening. It's really your intention. But slowly, we're going to take yourself down into the earth beneath you. And if you can, I would sit in a chair. I know it's a little late. Sorry for not telling you before. I would sit in a chair because we're going to do a special tripod thingy. So it'd be best if you have both feet planted on the ground. So you're going to send that taproot, send that base root all the way straight down through the layers of soil. And you can even get a sense of how the earth is doing today. So take your time. Send it all the way down through the soil. You can imagine that you're breaking through stones and wrapping around stones and moving through the water table. And you're going to keep going past the mantle, past the fire of the earth, till you get to a solid core in the center. You're going to wrap your root around that. And then what you're going to do is grow 2 roots just like that from both of the bottoms of your feet. And you're going to slowly send them down and wrap them around that same core that kind of anchors you right here, right now. As you do this, please notice what starts shifting in your body. Your body's going to start changing a little bit. Sometimes it happens on the bottom of your feet. You might start feeling tingles. As you open up this powerful connection with Earth, I want you to know Earth loves dark energy. It loves to take it from you. So as you open up this circuit and you're dealing with whatever you're dealing with, you could be sad, grieving, angry, nervous. You can start sending with every exhale all of that shit down into the earth, and she will incinerate it, transmute it for you, and turn it back into light. So go ahead and exhale down through your roots, or send it all the way down. With every exhale, just allowing yourself to make space in your body. And really, it's your intention that helps with this. And so Archangel Michael is actually chiming in here, and he's saying he wants to help you also. So now's a good time. You can say, please take any fear-based dark energy away from me, Archangel Michael. Just give him permission to do that, and he'll do that for you, and it'll help amp up the experience for you. So take some breaths, and we're sending Archangel Michael there to anybody who would like for his help. Archangel Michael is master of clearing fear. He's the ultimate code dog in removing fear-based energy. So we're using the power of the earth and also this great this great archangel. I can't go wrong. It's like a power duo. Taking some breaths. And again, your job, your task here is to notice any shifts, even if they're subtle. Some of you may experiencing a little lightening or brightening. Oh, okay. Put your roots back down. Put your roots back down. Some of you guys are popping back up. So it takes discipline to keep all three roots wrapped around. So as I'm talking, your task is to stay grounded, especially for those of you who are not used to being grounded. Good. Okay. So as I'm talking throughout the rest of this hour, that's going to be your task. You reground. And eventually you get so good at it that it becomes the rule that you're grounded and the exception that you're not grounded.